Hey everybody, it's Bebe. I'm here for another episode of Can't Make This Up, where in 5 minutes I'm going to share with you one of my favorite, funny, epic fails. This is a good one. You'll want to stick with me on this one. This goes all the way back to 1980. And we lived in a real small little house in Jefferson City, Missouri. Across the road from us was a wonderful, wonderful wooded area. And then they had to clear the area where they built the house. And then right behind our house was another good amount of wooded area, a lot of trees back there. And they put this beautiful redwood deck on the back of our house. Well, this is in May, and May 18th, 1980, in the spirit of Kilauea, that it's doing his little angry thing right now, Mount St. Helens blew its top, and it was all over the news, all over the news. And then even your weathermen, even though that was in Oregon and we were in Missouri, the weathermen, they would, and women, they would talk about tracking the ash through the winds, right, from Oregon across the United States, and when it was going to be over your area. So this was maybe a couple of days later, and it was supposed to be over Jefferson City. I had 2 small babies. My husband's at work, and in Jefferson City, and I go out on the back deck and my eyes just focus in on this shadow that is all over the deck. And I am, immediately I know it's Mount St. Helens. It's ash that has fallen on my deck. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I picked it up and it was a little gritty. And I was like, oh my gosh. It really did. He wasn't kidding. It was true. And my phone rang about that same time. It was my dad in Memphis, Tennessee. And he said, honey, you need to document this. So you need to go get an envelope, which I did. And you need to put down Mount St. Helens ash and where you are, where you picked it up, and what the date was. And so I did all of that. And I went and I filled up a good amount into my envelope. Well, I was just beside myself. I was like, oh my gosh, people must be going crazy all over the city. And so I called my husband. I said, honey, are you guys seeing the ash? Can you see it on the cars and everything? And he goes, no, we don't see anything. So I went out front, and this was what was crazy. There was no ash out front. And I come back to the deck. It's all over the deck. It's everywhere. And so about that time, another friend calls. She's a teacher for preschool kids. And I'm telling her, and she goes, no, I haven't seen any ash. Well, can I come and pick some up? And, so that I can show the kids the next day? And I said, well, sure. And then I realized, oh my gosh, it just fell on my deck. So now I'm getting all hoardish about it, right? And so when she gets there, I'm like, okay, but don't pick up too much, And so I call my husband back. I go, do you think we should call the news people and have them come and do a whole news report? Because, honey, I think it just fell on our back deck. And he goes, well, I know. Let's just hold off on that. Let's just hold off on that. Thank goodness there's somebody who's sane in this marriage. And so he gets home. We put the kids, we have 2 little kids, so we put them in our little strollers, and we're going to take a walk down our country road. And here is our neighbors who are farmer. Ruth and George are farmers. And we get to in front of their house, and here I am again. Ruth, George, did you guys get any ash that fell on your place? Did you see any? And they're like, no, we didn't see any. So Mike runs back, gets the envelope, brings it back. George opens it up, looks at it, takes him 2 seconds. He goes, oh, them are worm droppings. Yeah, you got inchworms in that tree hanging over your deck? Yeah, in fact, you can hear it in the trees. If you just be quiet here, you can hear the worm droppings hitting the leaves on the trees. Yes, that's right, people. I collected a whole envelope of worm droppings and labeled it Mount St. Helens. One of my best. I think that's one of my best. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed it. That was me getting up close and personal with nature. We are at one with nature. I hope you like this episode. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.